Hi, Jaden from Victoria, Canada. I'm the Associate Creative Director at One Inc. We do B2B websites and marketing for clients. First of all, I just want to say it's crazy that it's been almost a decade since I was harassing Vlad, Sergey, and Bryant in their original hi@webflow.com email for early beta access. So it's amazing to see how far this has come. My question today is around the collaboration and the superpowers that were talked about yesterday. So obviously, page branching is a pretty exciting feature that's coming to enterprise clients. For us as an agency, we focus on a lot of startups that are going through Series A, B, or maybe an IPO and have a high growth rate. So they're not at enterprise level, but their team is expanding rapidly. And I'm curious, as you look towards the next year and then towards the next decade of collaboration in Webflow, how do you see expanding upon those kind of concurrent live editing to support teams that aren't at enterprise size, but may need to also be in the editor or the designer at the same time making changes to kind of see that offering expand beyond just enterprise?
Anyone want to take that one before?
This is V1. It feels like V1 of a very long road. I also feel like I'm in the spot where I can't say much, and I feel like that's going to be an answer to a few of these things. Vlad, if you want to expand on it a little bit.
It's very important to us to get collaboration right in Webflow, and even if you see something starting in enterprise, that does not mean that it's always going to live just there. And for us, what we really want to make sure we're doing is we're battle testing these technologies in the most rigorous use cases, and then figuring out which parts we can actually start to distribute across all of our plans in ways that are really appropriate to matching what people need, the value that Webflow brings, and their ability to bring that solution to the stage of company where they are. And our goal is to bridge this gap between self-serve and enterprise to make sure that there's graduation paths and there's not just a stark difference between you're either a small company or you're a large company, because we all know that companies go through many different stages. And it is absolutely our goal to make sure that collaboration in general in Webflow gets much, much better over time. It's our current strategy to make sure that we really make sure this is really rock solid in the most rigorous environments. And then over time, figure out how to make sure that it's coming across all the places where it's needed. So this is like McGuire said, we don't have exact timelines to share right now when this will change, but we do not want to create a world where for a long time there's this stark difference, even in how it's perceived between smaller teams and larger teams.
I would even add that enterprise investments at Webflow, enterprise customers that have needs, look at CMS, for instance, for much larger data sets, that's driven so much of the investments we've done in our data infrastructure that have downstream effects everywhere. So when we look at the CMS performance improvements over the last 18 months, those have been driven very much by needs that enterprise customers are banging on. Literally, we want to use Webflow, but we can't because we need this, this, and this. So they're banging on Kai's door, they're banging on our sales team's door, and as we unlock that, we're actually seeing those things like CMS scalability, like the ability to now invest in multi-lang as a direct result from those investments. So you'll continue to see that. I think it not only an improved pace over time, but you'll start seeing more and more coming to all accounts. I think it's going to be a really, really, really bright future.
Makes sense. Thank you. Thanks for an amazing Webflow Conf.
Thank you.
Thank you.